Hey guys, what's going on and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe because we are still on the road to 1k subscribers. So subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to like the video so it helps to get out to more people. And let's get into it. So today is going to be my Premier League predictions for game week 5. We are here. Game week 5 is about to get underway this week. And let's go through it. So we start off with a very big game, a rivalry, a derby. We got Liverpool versus Everton. The first game of the game week. And they always say, never back the early kickoff. That's what they always say. And not only that, it being a derby, I could see it going either way. It is at Anfield, which is why I am going to still go with Liverpool winning. But Everton, after that game against us when we won on the opening day, they've been undefeated and they've looked very good in the last couple of games, drawing 0-0 to Aston Villa. And then the other games were like a 3-2 win against Wolves, and they also won 2-0 against Brighton. So they've looked good this season. Liverpool are also undefeated this season. You go off that, you go off it to Anfield. So I do think Liverpool are going to win, but I do think it's going to be a good game. And I'm going to say this game ends 2-1 to Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to win, and I think they're going to win again with a late goal. I think they're going to score another late goal after the 80th minute to win this game. I think it's going to be a very tight game, 2-1. And yeah, I do think Liverpool will win at the end of the game. Next up, we do have Brighton versus Spurs. Now, who do I think is going to win this game? Of course, last week, Spurs were able to beat West Ham 3-0. While Brighton, on the other hand, went on to lose to Bournemouth 2-1. And Bournemouth are a good team. And going into this week, what do I expect from this? Brighton being at home, of course, beating Man City this season at home already this season. But I do think Spurs are going to win this game. I think they're going to win it 2-0, keep a clean sheet. And yeah, I do think they're going to win. I think Kudus gets a goal as well. I think that's going to be a goal scorer for this week, is Kudus. And I think they're going to win it 2-0. It's going to be a comfortable Spurs win, in my opinion. But Brighton are a good team. So I could see it, I could see Brighton getting a goal and it being 2-1. But I am going to say 2-0 and Spurs are going to keep their clean sheet. Next up, we got Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. Now, going into this game, Burnley have looked good this season. I've actually rated Burnley this season defensively. Even in attack, they've looked a bit dangerous, in attack in certain games. Like Jadon Anthony's got 2 goals, 1 assist. He's actually started the season off well, in my opinion. Jadon Anthony, who in my opinion, after watching him last season in the Championship, didn't think he would make the step up. Not saying he has made the step up, of course, but 2 goals, 1 assist is a good start in the first 4 game weeks, for a player. And I do think Burnley are going to be very strong at home, and it is at Turf Moor, and I think that's a very tough place to go. I think Liverpool showed that. It's going to be a very tough place to go this season. I think all the newly promoted teams, like, their grounds are going to be tough to go to. I think it's going to be a very hard... it's going to be hard points. It's not going to be easy points like last year. Last season where you'd verse the newly promoted teams, your Ipswich, your Leicester, your Southampton, and you'll be wanting a win and you think you're going to get a win away from home. But I think this season, the 3 promoted teams are going to have a fortress at their home ground. And that's what you have to do to start. But I think Burnley are actually going to get a point out of this because I think this game's going to end 0-0. I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw between Forest and Burnley, and it's going to be, a point apiece, basically. So I think it's going to be 0-0. Next up, we've got West Ham versus Palace. Of course, West Ham being at home. This is one stadium where I feel like it is easy to win it. I'm not going to say it's hard to win it. I feel like they're not making it a fortress at the London Stadium. And I think Crystal Palace do win this game. I think they're going to win it comfortably as well. I'm going to say they're going to win it 3-1. I think 3-1, but it's going to be like West Ham are going to score a late consolation goal. And it's going to be like, one of those late goals that ends at 3-1. And yeah, I think Crystal Palace are going to go on and win this game. Next up, we've got Wolves versus Leeds United. Now, going into this game, of course, we haven't, as a Leeds fan, we haven't scored a goal this season from open play. We've only scored 1 goal this season, which was a penalty. Wolves haven't looked good at the start of the season, so this is kind of a relegation battling game, But as a Leeds fan, I would take a point in this game, and how do I think it's going to end? I'm going to back us. I'm going to say we score our first goal from open play, and I'm going to say it's Brendan Aronson as Leeds go on to win this game 1-0. I'm going to back my boys. I'm going to back my club. We're going to finally score from open play. It's going to be Brendan Aronson who gets it, and it's going to be a 1-0 Leeds United win at the Molineux. And we've liked the Molineux, especially in recent times. Our last 2 meetings at the Molineux against Wolves, we've won in crazy games. So me predicting 1-0 may be stupid because the last 2 times we played them, we were 2-0 down, came back and won 3-2 with them getting a red card in there. And then the game after that, we were 3-0 up. They made it 3-2, and then we scored a late goal to make it 4-2. So there's been the last 2 times we went to the Molineux has been a crazy game. But I do think we're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be not that crazy. This time it's going to be a 1-0 Leeds United win. Next up, we've got Man United versus Chelsea. I think Chelsea win this game. Even though it's at Old Trafford, I think Chelsea win this game. I'm going to say 2-1. I think Man United get a goal and it's going to end 2-1. or it's 2-1 or 3-1 I'm thinking between, but I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. Chelsea will win this game 2-1. And yeah, I just think Chelsea are going to have too much for Man United. Man United, in my opinion, is still shit, but I don't think they're going to be good enough in this game to beat Chelsea, and I think Chelsea will get the 3 points. Next up, we've got Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham off the back of beating us, of course, with a lucky goal, after Goodman had headed in his own net. Brentford, on the other hand, in their last meeting, they got a point, a 2-2 draw against Chelsea, a late draw against Chelsea, a late goal that made it a 2-2 draw. But I do think in this game, Fulham's going to have too much for them. I think Fulham are going to win this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say this is the highest-scoring game of the weekend. 3-2 Fulham. 3-2 Fulham win. Now, the next game is a bit of a difficult one to predict, really. You got Bournemouth versus Newcastle. That's a difficult one for me to predict here because I think both teams are very good. Good start to the season, especially for Bournemouth, who I think have been very good. And, you have Semenyo, who's been very good in attack for them. But then you got Newcastle. They got their new striker in. He scored his first goal. He scored the winner against Wolves. And, yeah, I think Newcastle are going to start scoring goals now that they got their striker. And I do think there could be goals in this game as well. I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-2 draw. You know what? I'm going to say this game is actually going to end in a draw. It's going to be a high-scoring draw as well. It's going to be a 2-2, a Desmond 2-2 draw. Next up, we've got Sunderland versus Aston Villa. And surely Aston Villa have to score a goal soon. Now, as I said, the newly promoted teams are going to have it's going to be a tough place to go at all of them. And it's at the stadium alight. So maybe Villa don't score in this game. But I think they do. I think they finally get off there. I find they finally score. I think Ollie Watkins gets a goal. I'm going to say Ollie Watkins scores twice. I'm going to say Ollie Watkins gets a double and Aston Villa win this game 2-1. And yeah, Villa finally get their first goal of the season. Because it has to happen soon, surely. And then the last game of the game week is the big game. It's a massive game. It's Arsenal versus Man City. Now, this is like a title race game. This is a massive game. Both teams are looking to win the title this season. And you're looking at the start of the season and as I look at the start of the season, you got Arsenal, who of course to start the season have been very good on 9 points with 3 wins and only 1 loss. But then you got Man City, who are all the way down on 6 points. Yeah, 2 wins, 2 losses. So if they don't win this game, Arsenal are going to get a 6-point gap on Man City. If Arsenal do win this game. And even that, you've got Liverpool who will make it a 9-point gap. So Man City don't want to be too far behind, where if they lose this game, they might be too far behind and starts, in that thing of like slipping away from the title race, basically. And yeah, so this is like almost like Man City need the win more than Arsenal. But I think this is going to be a very good game at the Emirates. And I do think it's going to be another draw. I think this is the most predicted draws I've had. This is the most draws I've predicted in one game week. I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-1 draw. It's going to be a very entertaining game, in my opinion. That's what I think. It's going to be very entertaining. And I think Gyökeres will get a goal and then Haaland will get the other one. And yeah, it'll be a 1-1 draw. And that kind of keeps, it kind of does keep Man City still in the title race, where if they lose, I have a feeling that maybe people are going to be going like, can they make up those points? Can they make up those 9 points on Liverpool? Can they make up those 6 points on Arsenal? And they're starting just to slip away. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know your predictions. And yeah, make sure you do subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.